来到 Mandarin Monkey 广播时间。
Why, hello there, and welcome back to the Mandarin Monkey podcast, episode 331.
第331集。
我的名字是否人。
你想否认什么？
我是否人，只做否认而已。
那我是同意。
Hey! So we're like the opposite of each other.
对啊。
That's amazing. Welcome to 331 Mandarin Monkey podcast. Feels like forever we haven't done this, doesn't it? You right? You right over there?
为什么灯在那边啊？因为上个礼拜我们的孩子在家，对不对？
Yes.
所以我们就不能录广播。
It was a holiday for the kitty widdies.
Oh yeah. 英国真的很爱放假哈。
They really do. I think we've complained. We won't bow about this before. Well, I say ETN, but like 每次 we bow about this. They do have way too many. They have more holidays than they're at school. 我们的孩子
是吗？
It feels like it.
哪有
Because they've just had like 一个礼拜 and then what? I don't know what. And then one more month, and they're off for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. They're off for 6 weeks. It feels ages. I hope you guys are having fun. Apologies for not being able to record one. Because, professionals would have recorded 2, the week before the holiday and then released one during the holiday. Or scheduled it for a release,
Yeah.
We didn't do that.
没有
And we've only been doing this for 5 years. Nearly.
对啊
11月吗？9月9月我们开始，对不对？
对，因为那时候呀，我一直说嘛，就是这个广播跟 Mason 一样大。
Yeah.
就是 Mason 几岁，这个广播就几岁。
100%.
对啊。
Yeah. So we've only been doing it 5 years, and I'd like to think that we know what we're doing now. I think we do. 我们知道
广播吗
？Yeah.
就聊聊天而已啊。
Well, yeah. I mean, it's 是我的工作 as well, so I should know.
你的工作？
我的工作是广播。
哦，是。
Like so, outside of being 主人。
对啊，可是你的工作就是比较是在 effects， 对不对？就是效果，不是把这个。
Well, I manage the people. I manage the team who make shows. Yeah. We make shows.
是啊。
I'm a
他啦，不是我，是他。
独裁者。
你就有很多新单字，是不是
？I'm a 独裁者。
这小抄，对不对？好棒哦！为什么？为什么你需要找这个单字
？I think it came up in maybe a TV show or something that we watched or something. It came up somewhere.
独裁者是不是？
Dictator, yeah. I just came up somewhere. I thought, hey, I'll put that down. Somewhere. So
你覺得你是獨裁者嗎？因為很多人，對啊。
No. Just I lead the team. I'm a leader.
啊，對。
是不一樣。
你是一個領導者。
I'm a 領導者, but I think there's a big difference because obviously a 獨裁者 would tell you. 他们会告诉你你需要做什么。
对。
leader
领导者。
领导者会帮你。是不一样。
他们也会告诉你往哪里走，对吧？是你的方向在哪里
？Yeah, well, yeah, 你的目标是什么？And then they'll help you. So they'll say, like, we need to. A good one will say, we need to make a sandwich. Right. But we need all those parts. We need someone who's going to, cut the bread. Someone's going to put the butter on. Someone's going to put the cheese and whatever. And, he'll, the leader will give them a vision.
Yeah.
And then help them, give them the tools to do what they've got to do to get there kind of thing. But a dictator will go, you know what I mean?
So dictator.
Do it.
然後
grab that bread.
Leader.
Put that bread on the table. Instead of saying, make a great sandwich, you know what I mean? Get creative. A lot of things I say with what my team is that like make a creative. I just said like make a creative decision. Go for it.
那领导者跟 mentor 有什么不一样？
Mentor 是不一样，因为 they're like a 很 experienced 的。
领导者也是。
No, like I think a leader is like someone who's actively doing it, whereas a mentor is
他告诉你
they've done it before.
哦，所以他是跟你分享经验的感觉。
Yes.
那他们也会给你方向，对不对？
Yeah, well, no, a mentor.
对啊。
A mentor will a mentor will like teach you like the best way to do something. They won't tell you what. So they like let's say for example, I don't know, Richard Brand, Elon Musk, right? And I wanted to be mentored on business, right? He doesn't have any idea about learning platforms, Mandarin or Guanbo podcast, for example. But he could definitely tell me how to lead the business. He could mentor me on the best business practices, for example, or whatever it may be. Do you know what I mean? Whereas
它的那个 range 是比较大的，比较广一点。
No, it can be very specific, but it's just someone who's not in your business generally, like who's not in your current company, that come from outside who are very experienced within a topic, and they're just teaching you how best to handle things. So my dad is, he's fired a lot of people. For example, when he was a consultant, right? So if I needed to fire someone, I might come to him and say, how would you handle this? I've got this guy who does this and he's doing this. How would you handle that? And he'd say, well, in my experience, the best thing to do is this, get this person involved, do that. That's a mentor. Whereas a leader or manager would say, you need to fire Bob.
所以他们就是比较像是老师。
Yeah.
就告訴你，教你要怎麼做，這樣子。然後他不在你的公司範圍裡面。
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So it's more specific. Yeah. So a leader, a manager is specifically about your job. And he or she should help you with your role, right? Give you the tools to do your job, right? But a mentor is different. They'll teach you generally, I've had a couple in my life, actually. No one's really
跟工作上有關的嗎？
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Dad's been, a bit of a mentor to me, my father.
對啊，因為他對那公司，對他對 like business 很有興趣。
Yeah, like broad business strategy and stuff. I mean, he's not going to get into marketing and that kind of stuff and social media or whatever. But just generally finance for sure.
對
Very good at finance.
对所以 mentor 像老师一样，因为 mentor 的中文是恩师。
恩师
对，所以他有老师的师在里面，所以就像你说的，就是他们是教你怎么做这件事情的人。
Yeah. There you go.
很有趣。
It's interesting, isn't it? And it's good to get one. It's just difficult. I've heard that mentors find you. You don't find them.
哦？什么意思？为什么他们要来找你？
I don't know like if you search one out, I'm not sure. I haven't done it that way really, but generally experienced people will sort of notice you and go, oh, this person's skilled or, has got something that I like or whatever. I might help them out. I think I'll help them out to sort of teach them the best way. And I've had that a couple of times in my career.
就是他们真的是自己来跟你说话，这样吗？
Yeah. Well, actually, the first one was a senior manager at my company, at a company I was working in. And they sort of like took me under their wing and said, this is how you run a team. Like I'll teach you how to run a team generally, not just here, generally. And then she left and then left me a more senior role and I got into that and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but yeah. And then there's other people like salespeople and stuff, got hold of me and said, oh, you seem to be doing a good job. Do you want to, come with me and talk about once a week we'll meet up and talk about an American guy. He was a gunman.
可是他是一个好的恩师吗？ Even 他这个人不是太
Yes and no. 因为他是销售人 so he's a salesman. Gender. Like 他会like 买他的妈妈，所以他可以来赚钱。你知道我的意思吗？
就是他会就是牺牲 to sacrifice，
like 薪水是他的生活，钱是他的生活，所以他不管你的感觉是什么，他的感觉是什么，他需要 fire him her whatever doesn't matter， 我要赚钱，我会告诉你，我教你，like how to earn money， And
他是这样子的人。
对啊 and but if you have to run over people, he's one of those kind of people. Like if you have to run over people, do it.
Wow.
To get ahead.
他的
real like
对他的目标
focused, heartless.
Wow.
Kind of person. Not a people manager at all.
可是你不觉得就是
Obviously.
这样子的人是他知道他的目标是什么，然后他也 I'm not saying that this kind of person 是很好的，但是你不觉得这样子的人就是比较容易成功吗？
It's
right 对不对？因为他们的目标很清楚，他们就是一直往前做这件事情。我知道他是 like 他是 没有很considerate, 但是他可以得到他的目标。
他的注重 他的注重很 well, he's in focus, and it's like it's just very obvious and clear. It's admirable, if that's the right word. Like you could admire someone who's so focused on a thing that they want a thing and they go get the thing.
对啊。
But then also the way they do it is
很
like
可怕，就是你没有办法接受的那一种。
Yeah. And you see, the thing is, I've met both types. Those kind of people, like these really hyper-focused, selfish, morally wrong, but very wealthy people, and these great people managers who just like do a fantastic job at managing people, but and also kind of wealthy. You can go either way, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But I learned stuff from both. To be honest.
你喜欢哪一个？
人。
哈？
人。
哪一个人？
Not. I see. 我喜欢赚钱。Obviously, 我们都需要薪水。
对。
But I prefer people managing than killing people to make money.
我懂 OK.
So 我的选择是人。
还是 OK.
It's 钱还是人？
我懂了。
人是我的选择。Yeah, of course. And I feel it every day. Like if a member of my team has particular problems with stuff, I feel it. It becomes my stress. It's empathy.
Even 它不是你的错，但是你还是觉得这是我的责任。
Yeah. 我的责任 exactly. So it's my responsibility. 我的负担。
对啊。
If you will. So yeah, but that guy, his name was Mike, wouldn't care the least bit. Like, you know what I mean? If you didn't get paid, that's your problem. Let's go sell some more software. That guy, he was a really senior guy. He must have been he was teaching me. He would have been 60.
所以一样是他看到你，他喜欢你，然后开始教你怎么去领导别人。
He's so we had a 对话，然后他说 would you be interested in learning a bit more about sales management? And I was like, I don't know.
You were noticed by a killer.
Yeah. And I didn't really know who he was. I knew he was a senior guy in the company. The company was like 500 something people, and he was like the senior vice president of sales at the time.
所以他教
I was like
你
an inside sales manager.
他教你的东西到现在，你觉得都有用吗
？Not so much because 现在我的工作是不一样。It doesn't require sales.
可是一样是跟就是 manage people 有关系吗？
Yeah, no, it has a 关系，因为although his advice wasn't about managing people, it was about money. So it was the stuff like I'm doing like profit loss and all that kind of stuff. It was that as well. So it was about building pipelines and doing forecasting and all this kind of stuff. And so I learned that. I picked that up more than anything else. And some sales stuff, which was quite cool. But then the running over people stuff I didn't like.
当然啊，对啊，
So I was like,
你不是那样的人。
Yeah.
那所以他现在你知道他在哪里吗？
What, Tama?
对，
Yeah, we're still connected on LinkedIn, but I mean, I don't message him or anything. I'm not going to say, hey, what's up? Do you want to go for a coffee?
没有，你可以看到他就是在什么公司工作。
Oh yeah, he's still in the doing something. He's an advisor, chairman, board advisor for some companies, tech companies or something.
很有经验的。
Yeah. Anyway,
我觉得有好有坏啦，因为当你知道你的目标是什么，然后就是你不管其他人，不管其他事情，你就是朝着你的目标去想要完成它，这是好的。对，但是如果是用一些比较cruel的方法去完成的话，就是真的没有办法让人家接受，对不对
Do you want a mentor?
我想但是我还没有。
But what skill would you want your mentor to have? Like what would you like them to mentor you for?
我不知道啊，因为我没有。
What was it? 欧师 was it?
恩师。对，恩师。
What would you like your 恩师 to have as a skill?
我想知道别人觉得我是什么样的人，因为我觉得我自己是什么样子的人 doesn't mean other people look at me the same way.
Yeah.
对，但是我也不知道，我没有跟一个恩师说过话，所以我不知道我想要学什么。
Well, because like, you know, if you had a sales guy, for example, like that guy come to you and say, look, do you fancy learning about this? That might not help your skill set.
可是
like you would benefit, I'd say, for example, for speaking to I would say a successful I tell you like 他的名字是什么 Shen
谁我认识吗
She wrote that book 中文汉字 book on
yeah
recognizing
我不记得了
中文汉字你记得吗
我记得你说的那个
Shen something
不记得
okay, I don't know. Her. She's like a strong, successful businesswoman who started her own business, like a learning platform. She doesn't do teaching, obviously, like Mandarin Monkey does, or podcasts. I think
她是做一些比较中文学习的 materials, 对不对？的材料。
No, but and business. I think you know you'd be really great to speak to someone who's built a business from the ground up.
对。
Who's a woman, also. Who may have experienced similar things, maybe children, for example, how to balance life and a business and make it successful, and other things like marketing and you know stuff like that. I think it'd be great to have a mentor. But the mentors, they don't fix your business for you. You go and learn from them. So you bring them an issue and you say, listen, I've got this thing and this is where we are right now, and we want to be here. What would your advice be to get from here to here? And they'll tell you what they best think. They're not going to analyze your business for you. You have to go with problems. You know, I'd say to my mentor, for example, I'm having this problem with this person. They're like this. What do I do? And they'll say, I've had that before a couple of times and I've done it like this and that was wrong. And I've done it like this and this worked out. Try it this way. Go to them, do this thing. That will work out. You know what I mean? Like,
我懂
we need to take a problem that you're having to someone. But, you know, as I say, I hear that they find you. But how do they find you if you work from home? Or you're not on LinkedIn a lot?
这也是一个问题，对不对？因为现在大家都很喜欢在家工作，他们不喜欢出去公司啊，或是去办公室工作，所以你的 networking 怎么办
？Yeah. Well, actually, on LinkedIn, for example, there's a bunch of groups for mentors. Mentors do write their name down and say, I'm happy to talk to someone. And I did contact a few people about it in the early days of Mandarin Monkey.
真的
Yeah. Never actually sat down with anyone because we were 生活.
是
But you could totally do that. But you just need to pick who you'd love to talk to and just message them and say, you know, we've got a business, you know, this is business, this is where we are. I'd love to pick your brains about it if you have a coffee.
如果像是我好了，我的 background 就是 teaching， 就是教学生嘛。从以前在学校，我就是学习怎么教学生。I had no experience in building business until
Mandarin Monkey. Yeah.
所以我会不知道，可能是我的问题太大了。就是可能我的问题不是很小，像是我要怎么找学生，这是我的问题，我要怎么找学生，但是我的问题有太多，我会不知道怎么去找到一个恩师去帮忙我解决问题。
like 你需要知道这是不是只是一次？
对，就是感觉是我要去学习。像你的爸爸在40岁的时候，他去读 master degree， 对不对 ？about business， 就是感觉我要去学习，去学校学怎么，就是跟 anything about business。
Yeah, but you pick up your book，
没办法
，and go
对啊，那不是 business related， 对，就是我的问题是我不是这个 background， 所以我是从零开始。所以我从零开始，我是一直都在学习新的东西。
但是我会告诉你，可是现在我们有 like AI，right？ And ChatGPT 都是我们的最朋友。
最好的朋友
right? Sorry, 最好的朋友 and 你可以用它教你 summarize things you want to know, like the foundation, like explain to me like I'm 10. I've done it as well, by the way.
真的
Yeah, but so do you know when you...
可是你真的相信 ChatGPT 吗？因为现在很多新闻都说 ChatGPT 现在很多的 information 都不是真的。
Yeah, I think that's about 事实。It's like 事实 the information, like factual. Do you know what I mean? Like, who was the president in I mean, that kind of information.
所以你问的问题是什么？你说 teach me like I'm 10.
Oh, yeah. No, so it's literal. So if I said to you, if my dad goes, you know, so if I said, Dad, have you used the new iPhone 14? You know, you can do a AirDrop or something, right? You can use AirDrop. And he goes, can you explain it to me like I'm 5? Right? I'll go, yeah, sure. And basically I just simplify my language, right? So I'd sort of go,
我懂
I know you understand, but this is 上下文, right? So if I'm talking to a human, I would just simplify my language, yeah? But ChatGPT literally goes, do you know you've got some toys? If you've got a big toy, that's kind of like AirDrop. And then you put that big toy in a big toy boxy-woxy. Like it literally talks to you like you're 5. Do you know what I mean? Like using child language. Whereas
真的
if I was to ask a human, it's not like, you know you put your shoesy woozies on your feetsy weetsies? Is that what you say, ma?
Okay.
I'd go, yeah, no. So what you do is you simply, you know, you get the shoe and the shoe is kind of, you know.
Okay, 所以是你讲的是他解释的方法吗？对不对？ 那它的内容呢？它的 content 是真的你可以相信的吗？
我相信呢。
你相信了？
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'll give you an example. I've got a book downstairs called the Mini MBA or something like that. Mini Business Master's Business Degree, right?
对。
And it covers everything in business. It's actually really good. And it's an Ing one. I don't know if you can get it in Zhongwen. Maybe you should have a look on Kindle and see if you can get it and just go to sleep. Because there is one chapter on every aspect of business. And it's not like 10 pages. It's like a couple of pages long.
我记得
And it just outlines the points of business, right?
我记得
So you could say to ChatGPT, using the principles of this book, explain to me in Zhongwen simply, how does that work? How does this thing work? And it will go, and you can read it and maybe you'll understand it better. Perhaps. That's helped me. But don't say explain it like a 5-year-old because it will, so say 10. Explain it like a 10-year-old.
About 20岁可以吗？
No, because then it will like use like academic language and stuff and you'll be stuck again. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know, a mentor, you can find them if you go online and you look at some successful businesses, language businesses or platforms, see who the CEO is or some of the people, senior people in it, contact them on LinkedIn and say, hey, I've got this thing. I'd love to chat to you about it. If you've got time for, you know, Google Meet. I know it's a bit extrovert to do that.
是
It's not really like you, I guess, to do that. But it's the only way you can really talk to people
对，我懂
who have done it. Yeah.
感觉很奇怪啦。对，可是我觉得我对于我这样说好像有点奇怪，但是就是我觉得我对于 building business 没有很大的热情。
可能
可能我想要的是生活上的 mentor， 生活上的恩师吧。像现在30岁，我现在今年30岁嘛，今年31岁。
Correct. Yeah, if you got your own age.
我现在是30岁，所以从30岁到40岁，我想要怎么去 arrange 我的生活，所以有可能是我有兴趣的主题。
Yeah.
有人做这个吗？有 mentor 有恩师做这个吗？就是告诉你可以怎么去计划你的人生。
You can get a life coach.
Life coach 是
不一样。
Life coach 是那个吗？就是跟工作有关系的吧？就是找工作。
No, I think it's not that. I think it's just about general life. It's like balancing your life and, you know, doing the things you kind of planning your way to achieving the things you want to achieve. It's that. Not really specifically business. They're not business mentors. They don't know. It depends what you want to achieve, doesn't it? In the next 10 years. If you want to get your career done and set up so that you're earning enough to do whatever you want to do, whatever, then you need a business mentor, don't you? You need to grow the business.
Yeah.
If you want to get more balance and more family time and enjoy the family for the next 10 years, then that's a different
不一样的
目标。
对啊，对啊。所以现在如果有一个人有一个恩师，他要来跟你说话，你希望他教你什么？这个很深吗
I mean career, I think.
也是。
Yeah, I think career, just 公司。
也是公司的。
Yeah, 公司 and career based. It's just 钱 based, really.
所以 mentor 就是都是公司的问题，恩师都是帮你解决公司的问题。
Not necessarily.
可是听起来很像啊，因为像如果是生活当中的恩师的话，你说是 life coach， 对不对
？Yeah.
那如果是 let's say relationship， 那个是不一样，那很像是
that's not really
顾问，它很像
therapist。
对 therapist， 所以 mentor
like 身体健康
的
恩师
有这种，可是他们很像是在
personal trainer。
对，就他们就是一个 trainer， 他们是一个教练的感觉。
这是不一样。So you can have a PT personal trainer to help you with your 健康 but you could have a mentor also who motivates you.
可是他不是 consultant 吗？他们不是顾问吗？
This is not someone who maybe I guess in health that you would phone up and work out with. This would be someone that you look to and aspire to be like and think, I'd love to be like them. Like that, they're in great shape. They've got 3 kids. They've whatever.
一个 model 的感觉。
Yeah, like the model of in your mind, like what I'd like to be like. You know what I mean? But if you could call them and go, how did you do that? And they say, well, I did this and I did this and I did this. So they're not like saying, do 3 sit-ups, go 3 sit-ups, go do some star jumps. They're not doing that. They're just saying,
那个是教练嘛，那是 trainer.
I did this. 这是我的体验。
对。
Copy me if you want. This is how I did it. It's up to you. That's more of I think.
一个恩师的感觉。Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, why? What would you?
What
about you?
我觉得是我现在还是很困惑嘛，就对我的生活还是有一点点困惑。就是我们有公司，我们有一个 business 很好，然后我们有小孩，有生活，还有我们的关系。就是有很多吧，我觉得是 like in general， 我不想要就是 like focus 在工作，还是只有生活，还是只有什么？可是我想要一个大范围的一个 general 的。
Don't you think? I don't think there's. I mean, that's like a life coach, isn't it? But like,
听起来很像。
Don't you think that those individual things only become important as they're happening? So, but I think like for me, I try and I'm trying to think what's my major like 故事, like story arc, like what's my major concern that's going to affect us over the next 20 years? What is that? Right? And then what's going to impact that the most, right? And 我同意, obviously you have 关系 and 孩子 and all this kind of stuff and 教育 and all this kind of stuff, 公司 blah, whatever, 房子, that they're all little bits.
对.
But they're not the overall bit. And you got to decide on your focus because
可是很难呢，因为
it's
就是这个又是 about 生活的平衡嘛，就是你要有工作，但是你也要有家庭啊，你不能去 你不能不照顾你的孩子或是你的老公，
健康
是对，还有健康，也有你自己嘛，你也要照顾好自己，所以就是我很难去就是我很难去只有 focus 在一个东西，只有工作不可能。只有孩子也不可能
，Yeah，
或是只有我自己也不可能
，Yeah， but that's the thing, right? Because you reminded me, you said, 从 like 现在你是30岁 and you're saying like 从30岁到40岁 you have a real opportunity there. Well, really, there's no such thing as time. Like time is relevant, like relative to it doesn't between 30 and 40. It doesn't matter if it's between 35 and 45 or 25 or 24 and 34. It doesn't, whatever gap it is. Anyways, but between the one you've got like a great amount of time span there to fix the thing.
对啊.
The thing that's the primary thing.
对.
I realize that there's all little bits add up to it, right?
对，一定，对。
Of course they do. But like, there's always like, okay, so I'll give you an example perhaps. Let's say 我们赚很多钱. That our primary is 健康。
对，现在
right? 但是现在不是我们的 primary.
健康
It becomes primary.
对，就是对了。
When there's a problem.
是。
Which is the problem.
对。
Because it should always be primary, really. Because without it, there's no point. But then, 薪水?
对，现在是比较在生活上的 steady.
Yeah, you need 钱, right? So let's say we had 钱，很多钱，没关系，我们有钱人。That is no longer an issue. Now you can focus on 健康 and 孩子 and whatever else. But then a bunch of times pass since you've been neglecting these things. Well, that's the balance, right?
对啊，很难欸。
But you see, that's why I guess in some relationships, one of them will concentrate on earning as much as possible, whereas the other one will concentrate on taking care of the kids or that side of things. And maybe they'll both come together to do the relationship and they'll run a bit together or do some exercise together and they'll take care of the thingies. But there's different focuses for each one, but you're covering the whole family. Do you know what I mean?
人生好难哦。
是
This is not just a joke. 因为很多人就说人生真的很难。Life is difficult, it's hard.
Yeah.
But 这是真的呀，因为你要想到好多的问题 Like it's not just 你的工作、你的关系，还有你的孩子，是中间有好多不一样小小的事情，你要去照顾到，然后让整个就是很 We can't say perfect 完美，但是就是平衡，或者是 acceptable 可以被接受的。你不会跟你的老公离婚，不会跟你的老婆离婚，或是你跟你的孩子的关系不会到非常的不好，这样就是要好好的照顾去照顾每一个很小的问题，然后让它变成是一个圆的很能够被接受的状况。
我看到了一个男生，他的故事是 like 从30岁到like late 20s, then 30岁到44岁. It was all about money. He had 2 kids. He's got 2 kids, but I think neglected them. He was working a lot, right? Now he's got to 44. 第一是健康. And he said, for the last year or so, he's just been, running or exercising every day, doing weights and just getting fit. Now he's got the money. He can, afford the time to exercise. He said, I feel better now than I did in my 20s. I was stressed, confused in my 20s. In my 30s, I was working hard as possible and I was stressed again, not sleeping right. And now in my 40s, I finally feel
好一点
like better. Like it's taken that long though, and that amount of stress to feel okay kind of thing. And it's just about focus. I guess the problem is a lot of people mix all those things we've talked about the whole time, but never focus on one. Because
这也是一个问题
because you'll sacrifice another.
这也是一个问题，对不对？
Yeah.
如果是你要每一个东西，每一件事情都很好，
Yeah.
这也是不可能的。你一定要找到你想要你的目标是哪一个。Maybe 现在是工作 ，Maybe 现在是家庭，就是我以后是健康，
Yeah.
就是你没有办法真的可以照顾到很多的东西，这是很难的。
Well, I mean, woman 需要 like 先 like 我们的注重是什么？like 现在我们的注重是什么？我注意力是什么？ like just and I like for me it's money a lot of the time because it has to be.
对啊， 因为没有钱你怎么去满足
没有选择。
对啊
Really, if you think about it. If I think about it and I reflect on it a lot, I'm like, okay, well, what if I, this and this thing, and how about if I just cut this down? And I think, sod it, I won't do those things. I'll just do this, and then I'll find I'm in my mid 40s now, and I'm not like the other guy. I'm still, earning like this instead of like this. And then will 后悔吗？
不知道。
and it's kind of same with you as well, and also 健康 because we've got worse at that. You being better recently, doing it more consistently, but you know, we've been bad at that.
是啊
consistently trying to, you know, stay on top of the health
对啊
thing. Although, you know, we're not in bad shape. We're not in bad shape people, are we? Really? We walk every weekend, for example. We walk to school every day. We don't.
我们还是有动啊，我们还是有动。
What's basically a 香菇？
办公室里的香菇。
我需要 yeah.
你要开始开花了吗？你的花
Yeah. I will, yeah. I might bloom. I might blossom. But this is the thing also about working outside, isn't it? About working in a 办公室, maybe in London or something like that. At least I'd get to leave the house. And this is what 我的朋友说 like, oh, 他赚很多钱没关系 oh, this is 好棒但是 he can't leave his house most of the time. Do you know what I mean? And he's like,
他喜欢去外面工作是吗？因为很多人是很享受在家工作的，对吧？就是 even 就是现在 after COVID 在后疫情时代，大家就是还是可以在家工作的人，还是很享受在家工作，但是很多人还是很想要回去公司，还是回去办公室工作。
Yeah.
所以他是想要回去公司办公室工作的人。
Yeah, but I think COVID, to your point, COVID turned more people into 内向。
对啊，这个很正常吧
Yeah.
Right? 这是很对啊。
It's a real thing. Like, if you're stuck in for 2 years inside your house and you don't seem to be really, it makes you feel funny about people.
我在看一个台湾的那个 TVC， 不是 TVC， 那个 talk show， 就是吴宗宪的talk show， 就是有一个 therapist， 他就说在疫情以后真的是好多的病人，就是有很多生病的，他们不是生病，但是他有很多的人来找他去问他说关于 social 这方面的问题，因为他们觉得他们没有办法再找到一个朋友，他们也不知道怎么去交朋友，就是他们已经不出门啦，他们也不想出门 like us， 就是我们觉得我们要不要多找一些新的朋友
Yeah.
但是我们又不喜欢那些 social event， 我们不太喜欢那怎么办？就是我们需要朋友，但是我们又不想要出去怎么办
Yeah.
所以那个 therapist 就说很多人在 COVID 以后就变得非常的不知道怎么去 manage 人，就不知道怎么去跟人说话。
Yeah.
这是一个很大的问题耶。
是。
对啊。
Yeah, and I think it would be really weird going back to the office now after years of being inside. Now years, for me.
3年了。
Since I met you. Oh, no, sorry, no, because I was teaching out in the thingy.
你还是有去学校上课啊
When we came back to England for Kyrie, I was working remotely
对
for a sales job
对
before doing other jobs and stuff, wasn't I? And then Mandarin Monkey.
对
Oh, and teaching, because I was teaching at high school.
对
So that was outside, to be fair.
对啊
But then I was also alone. 我是一个人
对就是没有
I
老
was
师
like a 妖怪一个奇怪的妖怪
太害羞了不敢跟你说话
Yeah, everybody just
对我很想知道就是现在如果在一个办公室他们的 atmosphere 怎么样可是很尴尬吗还是大家都很开心还是大家都是 like they're all faking it
They're faking it though Yeah
你觉得
Yeah, of course it is because no, it's better being in your bed, right? It's better being at home feels nice, doesn't it?
可是就像你说的你的朋友他想要回去上班他不想要在家上班
Yeah
就是一个人啊你只有一个人你想要跟别人说话
Yeah
我也有这种感觉但是我知道我不会喜欢办公室的生活
Really?
因为我都一个人在楼下嘛
Yeah
然后你一个人在楼上我们也都是分开的
Yeah
可是我会觉得我好想要有人跟我说话哦我有我的学生但是他们都在电脑上面你知道吗
Yeah, no, that
就不一样
Yeah, it is 不一样 yeah,
就摸不到他们
Yeah, it's different, yeah
然后抱不到他们这样
Yeah, you can't touch any of them
对就是会
You don't touch your students, but yeah.
像 Carol 我可以跟他抱抱
Yeah, you and Cara can have a cuddle, yeah
之类的
Yeah
对，然后就是你上完课以后，你会觉得哦，我又一个人了。I'm alone again.
Yeah.
就是那种孤单的 lonely 的感觉，就是还在这里。
Yeah, but I mean, how do you tackle that? Being a 内向, being an introvert, you don't want to see people, but you do want to see people, but you don't.
你会想要就是
But you do.
你会想要跟你認識的人見
You
面
want
吧
people that you know.
對不對？就是不會想要說哦 let's go to a social event like 就是大家都是陌生人
Yeah.
你就認識0個人
Yeah.
我不喜歡那樣子的地方
But that thing is, that is how you meet people, by going out. Problem is, if you're an introvert, you don't want to do that. I think
很難啦
I think the thing is, a part of it is you do want to do it, but you don't. It's a really conflicting because you're like, I want to make friends. Like I do want to make, meet a person who enjoys this thing and like that's something that I like and we can talk about together or whatever. But also you're like, I don't want the effort to the awkwardness to get to that point.
对，可是这个就像以前我们说很多次嘛，就像 interview 好了，就是你在准备，你会想最不好的状况。
Yeah.
但是当你在做这个 interview 的时候，
我真的不喜欢。
其实也没有那么糟糕。Not interview this series， 就是你会觉得说我要去这个 meeting 好了，就是 friend meeting，like parents meeting。我会觉得我要说什么，我跟他们有话可以聊嘛。
Yeah.
就是你会想好多的问题。
Yeah.
但是其实你在那里的时候，你就是可以很 natural 很自然的就聊天或是想问题聊天这样。
Well, I think
就是那种
是气氛吗？
感觉
气氛 the atmosphere
气氛
will be like the same as 我们的孩子的派对的气氛是一样。It's kind of
就其他人也不想在那里
awkward, looking around, smiling a bit, asking general kind of questions. It's going to be like that. And then there'll be the cliquey kind of groups who know each other already, talking to each other, generally leaving other people out. That'll be it. It's just be 很尴尬. That's the thing.
对，可能我们不能有这样尴尬的感觉。就是如果你真的想要交朋友的话，你不能有尴尬的感觉。
Yeah.
对啊。
And you just want to avoid that, don't you? the awkwardness. You just want to avoid it. Unless you yummy it.
可是你不就是很喜欢 yummy 的人吗
I love it.
可是你又不喜欢。
Yeah, like it's really awkward, but like it's kind of like funny because it's awkward, and I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't know what to do. We've been together to a bunch of parties, right?
Yeah.
And well, we're lucky, I guess, that we're both there because generally you get a bunch of people sitting on their phones on their own.
Yeah.
They don't talk the whole time. I saw dads just sitting on the seat on their own. They didn't talk to anyone at the last one we went to. Do you remember?
哦，对呀，我记得。
There were some people they just don't.
他们就没办法。
一样的意思，他们 like 不喜欢，这个假的对话。So how do you? I mean, I guess the only way really to do it. I think I'm sure you go online and there are groups, maybe on Facebook, maybe on another website, and you can search for things you actually enjoy. And then you agree to meet up with people who you know. 有 app 是吗？就是可以做这件事情。Yeah. 就是你可以告诉大家你喜欢什么。Yeah, I like films. 对啊。Do you fancy having a meet up? Whereabouts are you? Oh, you're in Wokingham. Okay, cool. So am I. Let's meet up. 对啊。That's the thing, isn't it? But
也有书啊，就是 for introvert 的书，就是比较内向的人看的书。
Yeah.
那个书就是在帮助你，他会真的会给你 steps。
Yeah.
就是每一天你有一个小小的任务，你要去做，然后去克服 to break 你害怕的东西，你恐惧的事情，都有一个小小的我看过那本书可是我觉得。还是好害羞哦，就是我不敢做那些任务。
OK， 你同意吗？
我不知道你觉得我是内向的人吗？我觉得我是 mixed。
You're mixed, yeah.
我如果是不认识的人，我会很内向。但是我认识的话，我认识你，我会想要跟你说话。
我想你是内向， wrapped in a 外向. Do you know what I mean? You're like a Malteser, the chocolates, or a Skittle with like a hard outside and a soft inside. 你知道我意思吗? Like a coconut. You're like
我不懂
you're a 外向 on the outside.
外面外向
You're hairy on the outside, but inside you're squidgy. You're squidgy.
什么东西
And
你说，所以你觉得我看起来是外向，但是我其实是内向。
I think outwardly, yeah, like me. Outwardly 外向, but inwardly love it to read a book on my own kind of thing and be
对
be in.
就是自己做自己的事情，我们会很享受，真的耶。
But you see, I think we are happy, 我跟你, being in the same room as each other doing
不一样的事情
alone stuff.
对
I think probably.
所以这是内向的一个特征。
内向的
not 症状 but 特征
like 行为 maybe.
对，内向的行为。
And then 外向 is more like, let's go out, right? Should we go out? Yeah, let's go out to let's not go walking in the forest when no one's there. Let's go somewhere where people are. Like
那我有个问题，在台湾啊，我觉得大部分的人 most of people 很内向，因为他们只会
a lot.
他们只管自己的事情。
Yeah.
在英国就是 mix 对不对？它是不一样的，就是大家看起来都是我就是他们聊天会聊得很开心。
我们教他们，我们给他们，我们我不是 like yeah 但是 okay anyway but 我们给我们的孩子很多 like 外向的活动。
对
I think that gets them out of their shells and not just in the classrooms, because I think this thing, this study thing is the thing that closes people down.
Yeah.
And I think that's why. But like yeah 对不对？
在英国你真的会遇到很多看起来外向，但是他们其实想要自己做自己的事情的人。
Yeah.
对吧？
Yeah, it's so interesting actually. Like you're making me reflect on my own life and
有啊
yeah, because I've got a thing like everything I enjoy, like I enjoy acting, for example. 外向。
对
right? And I'll get in front of the camera. I'm fine in front of the camera. I don't care. 广播没关系。
对啊
this kind of thing. This is 外向的活動。
对
I was a sales guy.
对
外向 talking to people. That was my job, to talk to people, go and meet people, knock on people's doors. 但是我不喜欢。which is the weird thing about that.
因为你是被 forced， 你是被强迫去做
I just do it anyway
事情，所以它变成是你的习惯吧。
Yeah.
就是你可能看到人，你就要 say something， 你要说什么，这是你的习惯。
What? 我不知道。
Without face.
Yeah, 你知道我不喜欢。
Yeah.
如果我不认识你，I prefer just to stay quiet and carry on. Just, I don't know whether that's like very English or Taiwanese, I guess, because Taiwanese don't say hello to anyone either, actually.
如果他们认识会，如果不认识不会。
No one talks to anyone. But
对啊
see, all the things you've done, teaching is 外向。
是
It's public speaking.
No.
Yeah, no,
one-on-one 不是啊。
现在是不一样，但是以前 you were teaching in a 教室。
在教室，对。
And there was like
可是他们都是朋友，小朋友，我觉得还好。小朋友还好。
It's still 外向。
真的吗？
I think so.
Even 是他们都是小朋友，然后我是老师。
Yeah.
这也是外向吗？
It's still public speaking. And you have to be excited and this kind of thing. And look, how about if you're a good one?
很多内向的人对小朋友是 OK 的，但是对大人他们不行。
I know.
对不对？因为小朋友他们就是很 pure， 他们很 naive， 很天真，所以他们会觉得they are not harmful， 他们不会对我怎么样。
Maybe。
但是内向的人对其他大人，他们就有可能有問題。
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. I mean, would you teach in senior high school like I did?
没有，我不喜欢。
Yeah.
我不喜欢。他们都太 aggressive， 他们在台湾的年轻人真的是很可怕。我知道在英国一样，就是我觉得
Not a chance.
No， 我觉得每一个不管是在哪一个国家， in any country 年轻人都很可怕。
Yeah.
因为他们的 hormone 他们的在发展 他们的那个情绪都是很可怕很 mixed 你都不知道他们在想什么
It's just the cheeky like I mean I have to applaud teachers who teach at senior school like high schools and stuff because sod that no I did it in senior high school for a while and Taiwanese kids really are you know
你觉得有
okay
比较好对不对
They're okay they can be offensive
对
occasionally if they're dumb
privately 就是他们不会在你的面前
yeah. But I was there years and I didn't have many kids that were like really disruptive
yeah.
But like the stories I hear in other countries where kids are really like violent No I'm not dealing with another human like no I'm out Thanks.
对这些老师真的很厉害这些老师都需要 therapist 我觉得
Yeah
因为他们都一直在吸收那些 negative
Yeah it's
他们需要有别的地方 to 你知道 relieve 对啊好辛苦
Well I mean this has been 很深
还好吧
And I want to talk about Harry Potter Actually I was queuing that up
真的
Yeah
说啊
We've got 8 minutes left
说啊
We're at 52 minutes So what we did right,
你很兴奋吗
Because recently Netflix got the rights to play all of the Harry Potter movies
Harry Potter.
And just say Harry Potter and I finally got Eula to sit down and like marathon it and we watched 1 with the kids 2 and 3 with the kids but 1 they watched because it's got ogres in it and stuff but Mason had Mong, yeah. Nightmares and then 2 was okay but they started to lose interest because it was more talking and less sort of kiddie slightly less kiddie and then 3 they talked more so they just got bored 4 they didn't watch at all
10分钟吧
They were like in the room and then they just left the room right and then it was just me and Eula watching the rest so we did like 4 5 6 7 8 you know
7 1 7 2
yeah 7 1 7 2
对
and we sort of
很好看啊
we got like a bit of on a Harry Potter kick and marathoned all of those which was nice to watch back again and then and now we're on Fantastic Beasts
我的第一次对吧
It's your first time
你的第
To watch the movies
你对
a few yeah watched them a few times
okay
I went to the cinema to see them I think
对啊
saw them in the big screen
我觉得中间有无聊的时候但是也有很兴奋很刺激的时候
Yeah I like they get a bit more well I want to say adult but like they get a bit more young adult by the time Harry is like 18 or whatever he is however old he pretends to be in that one
哪一个在哪一个
The last one The last 2 are more dark aren't they They're kind of
对
a bit more about emotions and dying and joining your family and
对
you know spoilers it's old as hell it's like 20 years old or something is it 15 20 years old or something what is it
不知道
It's old isn't it
是很老啊哈利波特很老
Yeah because
Even Fantastic Beast 也是有一点点老了
Yeah
也没有老啦不是老是旧
Yeah no yeah 2009
哦这么久哦
hold on a second Harry Potter 1 was 2001
Wow
22 years ago was the first one
天哪
and the most recent one was 2010
哦13年
So 13 years ago
13年前
was the last one but anyway we enjoyed it You enjoyed it
我喜欢
So 你说了你喜欢吗我喜欢
没有就是这种魔法的世界不是我喜欢的
Like you don't like fantasy
不是应该这么讲好了我喜欢但是我喜欢的感觉不一样我喜欢 Fantastic Beast more than 哈利波特
Because of the cute
对
the Niffler
就是有更多不一样的魔法的东西
Okay
在哈利波特就是那个 wand 就是那个魔杖然后就是做那些 spells 就这样我觉得
Yeah
对我觉得没什么都是人跟人之间的关系谁跟谁之间的关系这样
人跟动物的关系
人跟动物的关系人跟人然后妖怪跟 爸爸妈妈这种关系我觉得还好。但是 Fantastic Beasts 它就是有很多可爱的小小的妖怪，然后他们会做一些很不一样的魔法，这个会比较吸引我，比较 attract me 一点。
There's so many holes in it. Like plot, like story hole, like magic holes. Like why didn't you just... Do you know what I mean? It's that thing. Like you see a spell in like Harry Potter and you think, well, why didn't you just use that spell
to open the door?
Yeah, or to find the thing. Accio, whatever
everything.
It is. Accio Beds. Oh,
Accio.
Great. Yeah, because they were looking for that demi guys.
Demi.
The demi guys, the invisible like little grandma thing that was feeding that massive snake-beaked snake bird.
Mm-hmm.
你记得他吗？
哈利波特吗？
No, Fantastic Beasts.
对对对
The little white creature with the fur that he's invisible. And how do you find with great difficulty? with great difficulty, you find the demiguise. Why didn't he just accio him?
Yeah, 我怎么知道？
Accio demiguise.
好可爱啊！
Because he jumped on the back of that big guy, didn't he?
对啊，好可爱。里面那些妖怪都太可爱了，我觉得1很好看。
Yeah.
2好像有很多打架的，我就觉得
The second one?
还好。对。
Of Fantastic Beasts. We have to watch it though, don't we?
对对对，但是因为我们在台湾看过啊，所以我记得他们在第2里面有很多打架的故事。
We're going to rent the third one, aren't we?
对。
And then we're going to see what happens. And I said, I think they've planned 7 or something, so I don't know. What was that? I think they've planned 7 Fantastic Beasts.
Wow.
So we're going to see that guy, Newt Commander.
对，他是一个好棒的演员哦。
He is a very good actor. Very funny looking guy, but he's a good actor, very good actor.
你不觉得他帅吗？
I mean, no.
我一开始看到他是在 Everything 什么
The Theory of Everything.
The Theory of Everything. 我觉得他是有
Amazing.
我觉得他是有不一样的味道。Not smell.
Okay.
就是他在演一个 character 的时候
，Yeah.
他给大家的感觉是很不一样的。
Yeah.
The Theory of Everything 他在里面是一个很 vulnerable 很不是 weak 就是 soft 就是他是一个很软的人。但是在 Fantastic Beast 他就是一个奇怪。
He's a strange, yeah.
对，就是很奇怪，
weirdo,
然后真的就是感觉他是可以有去控制魔法妖怪的人。
Yeah.
所以他的那个味道不一样。
Yeah, I don't think he's not traditionally handsome guy, I don't think. If you look right at him for a long time. 我觉得他是 You might be tricked by angles. But like if you actually just stare at him for a while, if you Google him and then stare at him, you go, yeah, no. He's not really but he's a great actor.
对，一开始来 in the beginning 我觉得他蛮帅的，一开始，但是看久了以后你会觉得还好，就是其实还好。
It's all taste, isn't it? Because you know, some people will find him handsome, some people won't. I don't particularly.
对啊，而且 especially by the character， 还有他的个性，还有他做的事情，一定会有人会觉得好帅哦。
I'd like to see him play the reverse character actually.
哪一种
？Like strong. Criminal, maybe like a killer or something. Like, he did play that nurse, didn't he? In that thing that we didn't watch,
American Horror Story.
No, he wasn't in that. No, he wasn't in that. There was a series we started to watch where he played a nurse that killed people or something.
我记得，我不记得名字。
I didn't want to watch it because it was like about illness and dying, and I was like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
But I want to see him play like a gangster or something. I just want to see if he can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just want to see if he can pull it off. Because I mean, he's a good enough actor to do it. Anyway, but we watched that, so that's great. Thank you very much.
谢谢 Netflix.
谢谢你. and also to Amazon Prime for still having them on there for rent.
对，这好奇怪哦。
But
他们一定会拿下来，对不对？
You know, because they sell them, so.
真的吗 ？OK，
yeah.
这是很奇
People
怪。
buy and say, I don't know.
好啦。
Anyway, okay, all right. So that's it for episode 331. Mentorship.
是，还有人生，
对啊，
人生的故事，人生的选择，人生的目标。
Yeah.
Harry Potter at
and Harry Potter at the end. Just a little bit of, yeah. So anyway, enjoy your day. Have a fantastic time. If you haven't already read on the screen, if you're not, you may not be watching on YouTube. So if you're not, mandarinmonkey.com, go check it out if you fancy lessons. You can go Google go to the App Store, look for Mandarin Monkey Podcast app. If you want to listen to all the available content that we have besides the show, there's a lot more structure to the app-based audio stuff than there is to this
没错
normal kind of chat.
没错，好，那就希望你们周末玩得开心，我们下次见喽，
See ya.
拜拜。